And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dodd Stadium in Norwich, Connecticut. It is ECC playoff baseball time with the Griswold Wolverines and taking on the Bacon Academy Bobcats. I'm Mike Benarski. Thank you very much for joining us and spending some time with us today here on SNSN Sports. With me today, of course, is the incomparable The Merch. Kevin Merchant, how are you?
Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Good.
Nice to be here in Dodd. We have a beautiful facility here to broadcast from. You got two good teams on the field. Should be a great day, great morning and early afternoon of baseball.
So between the two teams, and we're sorry that the game is starting a little bit early. It's starting about 10 minutes early. Game time was supposed to be 11 o'clock, so they're kicking it off just a bit early. I guess there's going to be a second game here today as well. But Bacon has beaten Griswold twice this year, 5-3 and 5-2 and 3-1.
No blowouts there. No blowouts whatsoever. So yeah, and Bacon has a 14-6 record versus Griswold's 8-12 record.
See, and that was one of the things that I wanted to point out too, is that the records really are pretty deceiving. When it comes to high school baseball, like we just saw yesterday, for crying out loud, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
The Lady Bobcats took out the Wolverines in softball, and
Wolverines had a better overall season record, like by several games, but the Bacon Academy girls softball team has beaten the Wolverines 3 straight times now.
Yeah,
they pulled another win out yesterday, 7-6.
And Bacon, they always seem to be the Achilles heel for the Wolverines.
That's Griswold's athletic director, Steve Gravino, if that's not the case.
Yeah. All right, we're about ready to get the ball game underway. Sam Gilgenbach going to step in for the Wolverines, batting left-handed, number 11 in center field today. Going to go to Springfield College. That's gym teacher you. First pitch on the outside corner, strike one.
JT Eisenberg, Jacoby Eisenberg, on the mound for the Bacon Academy Bobcats.
Low and in the dirt, kind of skips away from the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is a great venue and a great place for high school baseball. I'm sure the kids out in the field are very excited to be here, to play here. Just a really nice facility.
Strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glad to be here today at Dodd Stadium. Thanks for joining us. Mike and the Merch. And I think we're going to have somebody joining us as well. A friend of the Sea Unicorns going to join us for a few minutes. And there is a shot up the middle. Fielded cleanly on over to first. Nice scoop.
Wow, nice play all the way around. Shortstop and first baseman. Nice scoop on that.
Nice scoop by Jason Zingler.
And to tell you, when that ball was hit, if it didn't tail off towards the shortstop, that would have been single up the middle.
It would have been a base hit.
Yeah, and because of Sammy being left-handed, it tailed towards the shortstop, and it looked like it was going to be a base hit all the way until he made that nice scoop.
Here's Calvin Odo, the shortstop today. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Now, Eisenberg's not going to overpower you. He's not going to blow you away, but he is going to induce those ground balls that you see, like the one we just saw off the bat of Gilgenbach. And there's a fly ball into center field. The center fielder for Bacon, Jacob Teal, makes the catch. Quickly 2 down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Eisenberg has that presence out there. He's in control of his pitches. He's always around the plate, and that's really important in high school, that you don't walk batters.
Here's Kiki Boyce. He's pitching today. Ball 1 outside. Another that's a few 58 feet pitches.
58-footer.
Yeah. So 2-0. Strike 1 on the inside corner. 2-1. Kiki bounces one foul. Tim Lake didn't even look at it.
Didn't even move.
Didn't even move. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Two down here, top of the first.
Low.
I have a feeling that JT doesn't want to give Kiki too much to hit here.
No, Kiki can certainly drive the ball,
Yeah.
and especially even to right field. He's a good spray hitter to right field. Jammed him a little bit. It's high and tight, ball 4. So Kiki,
Coming to the plate,
Kamani Boyce, that's his real name. I remember Kiki when he was like 5 years old riding a bike around a campground. Here's Drew Harden, third base today. I actually thought he was going to be throwing on the mound.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing, Mike. So I'm not sure what the story is, but I would have thought he would be on the mound today.
Unless you know what? Kiki's solid. There's no doubt about it. They got Calvin Oda, who's also very solid, behind the plate. I mean, on the hill. Curveball.
Now, in that win that Griswold had against St. Bernard's on Sunday, did Drew throw that game, Mike? Do you know? Who?
I don't know. I was
that was the only other thing because they needed.
Although I was lambasted for SNSN not being there, I was actually had plans with my grandson. So,
well, Sunday of Memorial Day is a very tough day to reschedule a game. I know they're supposed to play Thursday. It was rained out. Went to Sunday, and
Thursday was typhooned out. What are you talking about?
They had to get the game in, so that was the only opportunity. But I'm wondering if Drew pitched on Sunday, and that's why he's not pitching again today.
Ball outside. So it does seem like Eisenberg is having a little bit of trouble finding the plate in the first inning, even though he's got 2 quick outs. 3-1 to Drew. There's a strike on the outside corner. Full count. Kiki with that blazing speed will be off. Watch him go. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, and boy, that was closer than the previous pitch.
I think you're right, Mike. From this vantage point, anyway, we are not on the field, obviously, but from here, that looked like it was a reverse. That one looked like it was right on that outside corner.
Here's Dutrumble playing right field, solid right field. As far as right fielders go, you look in the high school ranks, and it's like, all right, well, they stick somebody out in right field because that's really all. They do that in Little League too. This kid is a very good right fielder. Yeah, you hit it, and he's gonna.
Caleb's only a freshman, so he's got several years left to improve on his game, no matter what position he plays. But he is a pretty good little right fielder.
He's a good baseball player altogether. And that's a strike on the outside corner. Okay. Runners at first and second, the Wolverines. Threatening to score here in the top of the first. Let's see if they can convert. Ball outside. 1-1.
Eisenberg throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning. Oh, like you said, the first 2 batters went down pretty easily, but not after that. 2 walks in a row.
A little poke in the outfield. Maybe a little gapper here. And that's a strike right down the corner. So now Dutrumble is behind in the count, 1-2. Jake Duthry is up next if the inning is to continue. So the Red Sox blew another one last night. Go Sox. That's a ball. 2-2.
It was a sweeping curve, but it was a little bit low in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the pitch that he seems to be having a little trouble with, is the curve.
But Dutrumbo had actually backed away. So if that was up a little higher, I'm afraid Caleb would have been going back to the dugout.
And got him kind of half-heartedly swung, but nonetheless, it was strike 3. So the Wolverines get no hits, but they do leave 2 on base due to a couple of walks from Eisenberg. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first. Live here at Dodd Stadium in Norwich, ECC Championship Baseball Round 1. Wolverines nothing. Bacon Academy Bobcats coming to bat. Be back in a minute right here on SNSN Sports. All right, welcome back to Dodd Stadium, everyone. The bottom of the first. Mike Minarski, the Merch, Kevin Merchant. Merch, we got a ball game. I think we're going to have a good one here.
Yeah, I think so too, Michael.
And joining us right now in the booth for a little bit here is the voice of the Norwich Sea Unicorns, play-by-player, Adam Plager. What's up, Adam?
It's good to be here. Excited. Beautiful day for baseball, and Unicorn baseball just a couple days away from coming to Dodd Stadium.
1 pitch, 1 out. Shiverini sends 1 out to Gilgenbach, 1 down. So you got a little bit of an update, like the Sea Unicorns. They opened up today. They're playing right now, as a matter of fact, which is kind of an odd time even for a Sea Unicorn game. Tell us a little bit about the Unicorns. What's going on?
Norwich currently leading 3-0 at Bullens Field in Westfield, Massachusetts. A little rematch of last year's championship. So 2 in the first, a run there in the second. So you have to like that start. And I know it means a lot to this group. A couple returners, too, on this opening day lineup. So it's always good to get an early lead against the team you just faced in the championship.
In the championship, yeah. I know, Merch. I know we love coming here.
We do.
It's always fun.
This is a great venue and facility for us. And, you know, it's pretty much no comparison to what other options that we have during the year.
Jacob Teal, the center fielder for the Bacon Academy Bobcats. Ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And a little squib down the first baseline. So, Adam, from what I understand, we're not only going to be just on the Futures Network with the Sea Unicorns and SNSN Sports, but we're also going to be on the Wax.
Yeah, it should be exciting. Locally televised games throughout the state of Connecticut. I think that's great exposure for the Norwich Unicorns, SNSN, and just to make the Futures League a little bit more visible throughout the state. Should be a lot of fun to get some more eyes on us this year.
It would be nice, and I don't know if you saw the description of today's game that I put in there, and I said just one of the reasons why Dodd Stadium needs to be saved.
100%.
Fouled back. So Teal staying alive. We had a player yesterday, huh, Merch? That the pitcher from Bacon. Stolzman. How many?
Riley Stolzman had about 14 foul balls at one point, I think.
On over to first from DuPont to Deskus.
I didn't realize that the Wax was broadcasting games. That's terrific.
I didn't either.
They do a lot with local sports. I mean, I knew they were doing a lot of UConn sports outside of the normal baseball, basketball, football. I think they're doing baseball, but that's great for the Wax to come in and televise like that. That's perfect.
I think they're doing the New Britain Bees too. Pop foul, first pitch to Robbie Carraro, shortstop. And again, we're talking about Bacon Academy, even though they beat the Wolverines twice this year. You have said, and you've said it many times, it's so hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year.
It is difficult to do that. And obviously, however, the Bacon Academy girls did that yesterday to the Griswold Wolverines.
Yeah.
But they had a record that wasn't as good, so you'd almost have thought that the Wolverines, might come in and change that around. But Bacon wins 3 games in a row, but it's tough to do.
Ooh, that pitch just missed on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But it always seems like Bacon Academy is the Achilles heel. I said it earlier for the Wolverines. And a little chopper. It's going to go to Odo. Strong arm, man. Deskus can't handle it. But Brockway behind him, backing him up. That went off the webbing of the glove. So E3, Carraro is on.
Yeah, Odo had a
good throw.
Pretty easy play there.
Yeah,
the flag was going to be third out, and Deskus just took his eye off the ball for a second, or something happened that wasn't able to glove it.
Here's Mason Pingree. Now I'm surprised he's not pitching today.
Yeah, I know he pitched the first game against him. I don't know about the second game, but and again, you don't know who pitched their last game for him. So
true, right. And it's kind of like they might be saving Harden for the second game. If they get
that's the thing though. You got to win the first one, so it's usually all hands on deck, and you pitch your best pitcher, unless there's a reason why not to. And I'm just thinking that he may have pitched on Sunday. A long run by by DeTremble out there and right.
We were just talking about what kind of a right fielder the kid is.
Yeah,
covers a lot of ground.
He had in his back pocket the whole way.
All right, that's 1 full inning of play. We're going to go to the top of the second. 0-0 is your score. We're live here at Dodd Stadium, ECC baseball tournament. I'm talking faster than I'm actually thinking. It's on SNSN Sports.
That's dangerous.
Back with you here at Dodd Stadium, top of the second inning. Glad you're with us. ECC tournament coverage from historic Senator Thomas J. Dodd Stadium. So important to keep this ballpark here, not just for this season, but going into the future. So many wonderful memories have been made right here at this ballpark.
I couldn't agree more, Adam. This is quite the facility here, and I go way back. I was here for the first game for the Navigators. I was actually on the advisory board for the Navigators way back when.
On the ground, rolled to short across the diamond and retired is Jake Duthry, the designated hitter. So 1 down here in the top of the second.
You must be getting excited. Season coming up.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Met all the players yesterday, their first day here. And underway here already, game 1 of the season, school day game in Westfield at Bullens Field, and the boys doing well, 3-0 lead. So good start to the year. Still waiting for some more reinforcements. College baseball still in there.
Right.
NCAA tournament, and exciting for Connecticut college baseball overall. See Central Connecticut, they're playing Auburn. Hopefully they can pull off some magical upset.
Yeah, I knew they were going to the tournament, and as soon as I heard they were playing Auburn, I went, oh,
Yeah.
But hey, that's the whole thing, because you never know. You just never know once you get to the NCAAs, because around the country there is some very, very good competition.
Yeah.
And they're a very good ball team.
Yeah, 31 wins in the regular
my
season for
goodness,
Central Connecticut. Took down LIU. What a story LIU was with their pitcher who pitched on 1-day rest and went 100-plus pitches, just pumping on adrenaline. So incredible stuff in the NCAA tournament. Some sea unicorns on that Central Connecticut roster, and it was Antonio Ducatelli who made that final catch to send Central Connecticut into the tournament. That's on the ground as second, and retired for the second out is Hunter DuPont. And pretty special for Central Connecticut to have a big year the way they did. And then can't forget about Fairfield. They're in the tournament as well, and some former sea unicorns on that team as well. So exciting to see them take such a big step in their career after a summer of collegiate baseball here in Norwich.
It's great to have that connection with those kids too. You know them, you see them play, you see how competitive and how hard they work, and then for them to be successful like that in the college ranks, you just want to give them applause, because they just work so hard.
And it extends far beyond Norwich. We'll get to that in a moment. This is a high pop-up. This is going to hang out in shallow left field, and coming on and making the catch to end the inning.
It was Sonny Botello.
Yep, Sonny Botello.
The Griswold left fielder.
Retired, and a good play out there by Nick Gilman to end the inning. Headed to the bottom of the second when we come back. ECC baseball from Dodd Stadium on SNSN. Back here in Norwich as we get going here in the bottom of the second inning. No score between Griswold and Bacon. As we get back underway, Ethan Kreutz will lead it off. He's their left fielder.
And Kreutz starts off with an 0-2 count against him with two strikes by Kiki Boyce.
There we are.
Grounded out to second. Kreutz is retired, 1 gun in the inning.
So, Adam, tell me, what do you expect from the Unicorns this year?
I think it's going to be another strong season for Norwich, seeing some of the returners coming back. And then just seeing where some of the guys on this roster have played, a number of Rutgers guys coming in, A lot of guys that are risers as well, which we saw last summer. Guys like Connor Lane coming in, and
Connor Lane's back.
well, he's not coming back specifically, but
Oh.
but guys similar to that same type of story that are coming in, just completing high school baseball and looking to get themselves ready for collegiate ball, and still trying to learn a little bit more about this team from the director of player development, Kevin Murphy, as we await the arrival of Kyle Dombrowski's with Holy Cross. They're still playing some baseballs, and we were just talking about it. A couple of Connecticut teams representing in the NCAA tournament for Division I ball, so still waiting for some more guys to come back and join the team.
Mert, you going to join us for some Sea Unicorn games?
I never know. You just never know.
We got Mert. What's going on
So
here?
Jason Zingler just had the first hit of the game, a little soft liner over the head of shortstop Calvin Odo. So we have runner at first, one down here in the bottom of the second inning.
And how do we pronounce this gentleman's name?
Sire Mamano. I have no idea, but that's as close as we're probably going to get. Sire Mamano or Skyer Mamano. It's Cyrus. We call him Cyrus.
And that's good enough for me.
He is the DH because there's no other Cyrus in the ballpark today. So this would be number one, Cyrus. Sire Mamano. I don't know.
Batting for Eisenberg. Foul back.
Adam, first home game for the Sea Unicorns is
Saturday, and we're expecting a big turnout for a crowd, hopefully.
Afternoon or evening?
6:30 start
6:30.
against the Nashua Silver Knights, and then do it all again on Sunday. 1 o'clock now, Sunday home games here at Dodd Stadium for Norwich.
Very nice.
Foul out of play. One down so far. Only one hit in the ball game.
First hit, last batter.
So I just talked to a couple of people about the pitching situation. Struck him out. Kiki got him to chase a high and outside pitch. So the reason why they're not sending Pingree today is because in the event that they win this game, Bacon Academy wins this game today, they most likely, I hate to say this, it'll be Stonington. And Pingree did very, very well against Stonington, where the other pitcher, the one that's pitching today, Eisenberg, they kind of hit him around a little bit.
Okay. So they're taking their chances on winning today's games. I mean, they know they've beat Griswold twice already, so they're thinking that they might have a little bit of an upper hand today. So they're not necessarily pitching the number two, but they're pitching the pitcher who struggled more against the Stonington.
All about matchups.
Stonington Bears, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they've seen Pingree. Griswold has seen Pingree twice this year. They haven't seen Eisenberg. Swing and a miss. Kiki has a deceiving velocity because he has a very slow, deliberate move to the plate.
Yeah. Ty Whistler's up, by the way, the Bobcats second baseman.
Got him. Talk about hitting spots.
There's 2 Ks in a row here by Kiki. Second.
All right. That is the end of the second inning. We're going to go to the top of the third inning. No score. You are watching high school baseball right here on SNSN Sports. Adam, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. It was fun to come on. Fun to come on.
Yeah, glad.
Some baseball, and hopefully the boys keep it going right now. 3-0 in Westfield.
We'll see you after this game.
Yep.
Because we got things to do in here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got to put the thing together for the. We only have a few days to finish the broadcast prep for Sea Unicorns, and that's going to be a little bit of an undertaking. So. Yeah, let me know what's going on with the corns.
Yeah, and I'll introduce you to this drink.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I'll have them stop by. So, like I said.
I want to thank Highway Campers in Plainfield for sponsoring sports on SNS. I almost said Wolverine Radio. Highway Campers, Route 12 in Plainfield, 860-564-0141. Home is where you park it. Highway Campers, Route 12 in Plainfield. Top of the third.
MJ Brockway, ninth batter in the lineup, and he grounds to short. And there's an easy out for the Bobcats. One down here in the top of the third inning.
Center fielder, number 11, Sam Gilgenbach.
So top of the order, Gilgenbach bounced short his first time up, and it could have been a base hit if the ball didn't tail like it did.
And he scorched the ball. He hit the ball really hard,
Yeah.
so it it got to the shortstop pretty quickly. But it looked like it was going up the middle when he first came off the bat.
Ball outside. The one thing that I've seen that the Wolverines have had a hard time doing is that if one is hitting, they're all hitting. If one does not hit, most of them are not.
Yeah, it gets contagious sometimes.
They're playing good ball right now. They're playing good ball right now, which is, and he gets hit right on the elbow. He's going to go to first
The shortstop, number 2.
with one down. Gilgenbach is a threat to steal.
Calvin Otto at the plate flew out to center field his first time up back in the first inning.
Ball outside. Quick look on over to first base, but Gilgenbach just kind of strolls back into the bag.
A nice stop by Shiverini. Had to move to his right to backhand that pitch.
Here's a bouncer to short. Flip to second, on over to first, and a 6-4-3 double play.
That was tailor-made, Mike, and they did it perfectly.
They absolutely did. So we're going to go to the bottom of the third. Still no score here at Dodd Stadium. You are watching high school ECC playoff baseball on SN Sports.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett
Get left behind.
Yeah. And we're back. You guys probably caught the tail end of that conversation talking about Adam Plager, who is the play-by-play guy from the Norwich Sea Unicorns, and he's back for his second year at the on the microphone. One of the reasons I love doing the Sea Unicorn games, I'm not on a microphone.
Hey, you are good on the microphone.
Oh, no.
Right?
And people are probably going, whew.
Now I'm going to listen.
Yeah, you're rid of him.
But they start their season at home on Saturday. So they have Saturday and Sunday games, and pretty exciting. Last we knew, they were leading against Westfield 3-0. They're playing an early game today away in Massachusetts, and they're up 3-0.
Bottom of the third. Here's Nick Gilman to face Kiki Boyce.
Other than 2 walks in the top of the first inning that Griswold had, we haven't had a runner at second base, I don't think, Mike. Yep. So there's been no threats whatsoever by either team.
Foul back. So Kiki throws strikes. He just rears back, fires. He's, like I said earlier, he's very deliberate in his motion, and his velocity is very deceptive. I think the ball just kind of pops at him. Like that one right there. Gilman was a little behind it.
He's a pretty big kid, so from
6'4".
the batter's side, but he's big, and he gives it that little bit of an intimidation factor out there because he's a big kid throwing at you. But you're right, he doesn't overpower anyone.
He reminds me of like a CC Sabathia.
Yeah, there you go.
Because Sabathia was a big boy, and he could throw it.
Yeah. And he was more of a pitcher than a thrower too. He wasn't an overpowering
Right.
pitcher.
And
He was a pitcher.
Yep.
Kiki's only a sophomore, so he has a couple more years to hone his craft out there in the mound or first base or wherever he plays on this team. But he's going to be a factor the next couple of years for the Griswold Wolverines. Probably more at the plate than in the field, but he's a good ball player.
Popped up, and that's coming right back at us. Somewhere. I wonder if Nick got slammed.
I don't know.
Nick, you good? All right,
Yeah.
He's good. Count hangs at 3-2 against Gilman, and that is hung up a little bit inside for a walk.
In the Bobcat dugout just came to life down here, getting their first batter on for the on the bottom of the third inning. So they're a little bit boisterous down there right now.
Here's Shiverini, the catcher, who's been working hard behind the plate already with Eisenberg.
Eli flew out to center field back in the first inning.
I gotta tell you something. I went through a drive-through this morning, and I ordered a coffee. And the guy comes to the, and I gave him, payment for that and munchkins for my grandson. So he knows me, from coming through there quite often.
Yep.
And he goes, I said, hey, he goes, is there anything else I can get you? I said, yeah, can you get my voice back? He goes, no, but my wife is losing hers. And he goes, I'm excited. he was so cavalier about it. And it just made me crack up, just the way he said it.
Wow.
Sometimes jokes are not really, really funny. It's how you say it, and timing, and
I doubt it was funny to his wife.
No, she wasn't there.
Yeah, I know, but somebody will tell her that comment. And I think you just did.
Kiki behind to Shiverini 3-0. And there's a strike.
Yeah, he needed that.
Right down the boulevard.
Yeah, don't need two runners on with no outs. So
no sirree, Bob. And there's a shot into the gap. But, look at that. Dutrumble couldn't get it. And that's going to fall behind him. And Gilman, they are waving Gilman in. And here is no throw. Well, they are going to throw it to play, but he's going to be in there safe. 1-0, Bacon Academy.
Jacob Teal with a great shot in the gap to between right and center field for a double. Has an RBI. And the Bobcats lead 1-0.
Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Jacob Teal.
Oh, excuse me. That was Eli Shiverini that had that hit.
Yes.
Jacob Teal is up now. I'm sorry, Michael.
Hey, Merch.
If you want to fire me, you could.
Yeah, well. I've hung on to you for 9 years. I think I'm going to 8 years. I'll keep going. Why would I want to lose the merch?
I think of a few reasons. So now we have Jacob Teal, who grounded out to second base his first time up.
Here's something.
Shiverini taking a big lead out there at the second base and
almost daring to try and pick him off.
Yeah. Do a little dance out there at the same time.
I was going into the Meatloaf song. I was daring to try to pick him off. And the ball's bunted down the third base line. Suicide squeeze is on.
You should probably stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop right there.
Ooh, that was a nice pitch, too. A little high, though. Do you have any favorite songs that have baseball references in them? Other than center field by John Fogerty. That's a tough one.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Here's the throw, and I think a better throw would have gotten him, but the ball was in the dirt and skipped away from Drew Harden. So wild pitch from Kiki. And Shiverini is going to make it over to third. So now there's nobody out, 1 run in, and a runner on third base. They're right in the meat of the order. 3-1.
Yeah, there's a big threat right here.
Infield is in for the Wolverines. Popped up in the infield. Caden Deskus in foul territory. And he can't make the play. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I believe in the real scoring world, that goes down as an E3, even though no base was gained on it. I don't know what we're going to do because we're not in the real scoring world.
No. I don't think there was any advancement, so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If a player should have the ball and misses it like that, it's usually an error.
Here's a shot in the left center field gap, but Gilgenbach is underneath it, makes the catch, and it's going to be an easy tag for Shiverini to come on in. 2-0 Bobcats.
Coming to the plate, the shortstop, number 7.
So 1 down. And here is Robbie Carraro, the shortstop. Right up the middle. That's a base hit. And the Bobcats are now starting to hit Kiki Boyce pretty good.
Third baseman.
Well, second time through here, Mike, and that's what happens when you've seen a pitcher once. Second time gives you a little bit better idea what's coming. Third time gives you a real good idea. So there's in their second time around here, and you're trying to timing that ball a little bit better than they did the first time.
Who's going to be the player of the game here on SNSN Sports? It's all brought to you by the Capital Property Group in Jewett City. Capital Property Group with condo management and real estate management. Find them on the web, mycapitalpropertyteam.com. There goes the runner. Brockway throws it, and he gets under the tag, and he's safe. Stolen base for Carraro. So right now, all gears seem to be clicking for Bacon Academy. Everything, they're just doing everything right. They're hitting the ball. They're running the bases.
Yeah, you're right. They got their offense in gear right now, and everything's going their way.
Foul back. 2-1. Almost makes the concourse.
Carrero reached first on an error back in the first inning. That bounces away from the catcher. Carrero
over to third.
Did I say Carrero reached on an error? It's Mason Pingree reached on an error. Excuse me, Mason Pingree flew out. I better be quiet.
Why?
Huh? 3 balls, 1 strike. And there's another walk, which is the second walk given up by
The right fielder, number 10.
Kiki Boyce this afternoon, this morning. Brings up the right fielder Ethan Kreutz, and taking second base is Pingree. So now we have another situation: second and third, 1 out. Ethan Kreutz at the plate, and he grounded out to second base his first time up. And that evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Infield in once again, and there's a line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. Gilgenbach didn't challenge it. Another run is in. Nice throw, but Carraro scores. Makes it 3-0. Pingree over to third, and Kreitz to second on the throw. So Tim Lake is now going to come out and talk to Kiki Boyce.
And Pingree actually got to the shortstop position and then ran back to second base thinking that Gilgenbach was going to catch that ball, and it dropped in front of him. And if he hadn't done that, there would have been a pretty good chance that he might have scored.
Well, he decoyed. It was a pretty good decoy by Gilgenbach because I thought he was going to get it too.
Yeah. Well, he fooled Pingree, I'll tell you, because Pingree went back to second and then only ended up at third, whereas he probably would have been the fourth run. But we still have second and third, 1 out again.
Jason Zingler.
Here's Zingler. Base hit his first time up.
It's fouled against the net. No balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Yeah, you don't want to let this game get out of hand.
Yeah, it can happen quick sometimes too.
Got him. Got him on 3 pitches.
Big strikeout. Whatever Coach Lake said out there must have worked.
Cyrus
Scaramano, or Cyrus, coming up to bat. He struck out his first time up, 2 down. He really needs another K to get out of this inning. And there's a
shot
in the left center. That's, oh boy, that's in the gap. That's going to easily score 2 more. And Cyrus pulls into, so much for the strikeout, right?
I'll say that was a shot. First pitch, about chest high, and he just launched it.
So 2 more come in. 5-0, a 5 spot in this inning alone by the Bobcats.
And Ty Whistler will be the next batter, who is the 9th batter of the inning. Oh, I guess there must be a
Academy, number 27, AJ O'Neill.
AJ O'Neill is hitting for Whistler.
Still the 9th batter of the inning here for the Bobcats.
Bouncer over to third.
Scoring to play 5-3 for out number 3.
And that's going to do it.
5 hits, 5 runs.
5 runs on 5 hits for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the third. We're going to go to the top of the 4th inning here at Dodd Stadium in Norwich. 5-0 is your score. You're watching ECC Playoff Baseball right here on SN Sports.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better. It burns. You buy better.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. The insurance industry is changing every day, from rates to coverages, what qualifies and what doesn't. What always stays the same, though? The Burns Agency's commitment to quality local customer service at unbeatable prices. Call, email, or visit us at byrnesagency.com. Or, like always, stop by our convenient locations in Norwich and Dayville. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
And we are back here at Dodd Stadium. It's the top of the 4th inning. Batting around last inning, the Bobcats. 5 runs. Is this insurmountable for the Wolverines? We'll have to see.
JT Eisenberg kind of coasting right now. He has not, I don't believe, allowed a hit yet today.
He has not.
See if Kiki can change that.
Kiki takes ball 1. I guess there are 3 games here today.
3.
Yeah.
Probably why the early start, right? 11 o'clock.
Maybe so, yeah.
Then
Get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if some of you are just tuning in, and wondering why we're so far ahead in the game, well, the game started at about 10 minutes early. And there's a little nub, and that's going to be squeaked through for a base hit, and that's the first hit for the Wolverines.
Hey.
That's where it starts, right?
We kind of call that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. You're an oracle.
Oracle. Never been called that before.
Gonna get you a turban now. Be coming in on a magic carpet, not driving your truck, and just be kind of floating in with your arms crossed.
Because that is no magic carpet out there in the parking lot. I'll tell you
that. Ball outside to Drew Harden. His second time up. His first time up, he walked.
And he was part of the only semi-threat that the Wolverines have had, where they, in the first inning after 2 outs, Kiki and Harden both walked. So they had first and second with 2 outs, but couldn't get any further than that.
Swing and a miss. A little bit behind that. Or I should say about in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kiki on first. He's on for his second time today. Strike 3. Drew gets caught looking.
Yeah, it might have been a hair on the outside corner, a little outside, but it was too close to take for Harden. So got rung up.
Here's Drew Trumbull. Struck out to end the first. It's only 2 strikeouts so far.
Yeah, he's kept the ball around the plate. He's not, as we said earlier in the start of the game, he's not overpowering. But
no,
he has pretty good control out there. Has a very good defense. We've talked about Bobcats defense before. Good defense, so you have some confidence on the mound when you have those guys behind you who can feel the ball.
One down so far in the inning. Kiki doesn't want to be stranded on first. I'm sure he'd like to come all the way around another 270 feet.
Yeah, they'd like to get a couple of those runs back if they can. It's top of the 4th already, and these games can go fast.
And before you know it, you're in the bottom of the 6th. Drew Trumbull. Bounce it to short, to second, to first. Another.
Twice.
6-4-3 double play.
Boy, I can't say that I've seen two double plays by a high school team in a game for a long time, Mike.
Or in consecutive innings.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. The Bobcats in a commanding lead right now here in round 1 in the ECC playoffs. 5-0. Going to go to the bottom of the 4th right now. You're watching high school baseball on SNSN Sports.
Today's program is being brought to you by the Burns Agency in Dayville and Norwich. Home, auto, life insurance, all from a family-owned agency since 1932. Call 860-774-8549 or find them on the web at burnsagency.com and find out why you'll buy better at Burns. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company. Strain Family Motors on Route 12, Lisbon. Quality used cars like the SNSN Strain Family Motors Mobile that you will see at all SNSN sports events. Oil changes, remote car starters, all available and more in their service department. And if you really want to turn up the excitement, rent a Polaris Slingshot for the day and live it up. All available at
All right, here we go. In the bottom of the fourth, here's Gilman. He walked his last time up, or his first time up. Came around and scored the very first Bobcat run.
And he led off the inning, last inning in the third, leading off again after 9 batters went to the plate last inning.
Kiki Boyce still on the hill. Tim Lake pretty much hasn't moved from his spot, just leaning up against the fence, just taking the ball game in.
They will be playing in states regardless of what happens here today. So I'm sure they're already thinking ahead, but hopefully thinking to tomorrow.
Yeah. Deskus gives chase.
And it was about 12 rows into the seats.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Nick Gilman, the Bobcats left fielder. And that's low and outside. Full count. We have Eli Shiverini on deck.
Gilgenbach diving play in center field.
The catcher, number 14, Eli Shiverini.
Nice play by Gilgenbach here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, he took off on the crack of the bat. He knew exactly where that ball was going. He made a nice play on it. Shiverini had a double his last time up.
Bouncer to second. DuPont, little tricky hop. Throws on over to Deskus. Quickly. 2 outs.
The center fielder, number 3,
Jacob Teal. It's his third time up. Bounced second. Flew out to center. 0 for 2. First pitch hitting, and if they get out of this is a really economical inning for Kiki Boys, and they do. What do you throw? 5 pitches?
Not too many.
4 pitches that inning. So after giving up 5 runs last inning, he comes back and dominates here in the top of the 5th. We're gonna go to the bottom of the 5th. 5-0 Bacon. You're watching high school baseball ECC championships right here on SN Sports.
Strain Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto.
Here we're back. Bottom of the 5th inning.
Tell you, JT Eisenberg has done very well on the mound today.
Top of the 5th. What am I talking about?
Top of the 5th. 4 scoreless innings. Keeping the ball around the plate.
1 hit.
Yeah, and 2 pretty terrific double plays by his teammates in back of him.
So the Wolverines here, and now you had said earlier too, and you really are an oracle, because they were talking about earlier on how the game is at a certain point, and then all of a sudden it's over. And now we're in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, to kind of crawl your way back from 5-0 to a very good team.
And you look at the scoreboard; it's really uneventful.
Yeah, it is. So somebody has to spur this Wolverine team on here. Somebody's going to start something, and we're hoping it's Jake Duthry right now, who's the DH today for Griswold.
Grounded out to short his first time up. So with Eisenberg having maybe a little bit of a shaky first inning, with his control, he's really, really
settled down,
tuned up since then.
Yeah, he's done well. And again, you have a lot of confidence when you know that.
It's like he wasn't warmed up yet.
Yeah, first inning jitters. It's a ECC game, important game. We're at Dodd Stadium, no less. They're not playing on their home field or Griswold's home field. They're in Dodd Stadium. So first inning's a little bit jittery out there. But he obviously settled down. Had a couple walks in the first, but he settled down and he's pitching very well. And again, when you have an infield, especially the middle of the infield, it can turn 2 double plays for you in consecutive innings. Well, it gives you some confidence right there.
Absolutely. And Duthry.
And with that, Eisenberg walks the first batter. Give him all these accolades, and then he walks.
So, the Wolverines have had they've had a base runner in every inning except the second.
Fourth, they went down 1-2-3, I believe, too, with a double play. That was a base runner, but they had a base runner. Right. I'm sorry.
But Bacon has erased him with 2 double plays.
Exactly. Like a close pitch right there.
Carter DuPont
called the ball.
Bounced to second, his first time up.
I'm sure these Wolverines are saying, whatever I do, don't hit it to the infield.
It's ball low, 2-0.
Now that we talked about Eisenberg kind of coasting along here, he's walked the first batter and has 2-0 count against DuPont. And he did look over to the bench, and Chiaverini's now out talking to him. He looked at Coach Moyer, I think, and had made some eye contact.
You don't think he's out of gas, do you?
I wouldn't think so.
They're teenagers. It's before noon. They're not up yet.
True. He might be out of gas.
You might be tired.
He might be tired.
Ball 3. Who am I talking about? I would probably like to be napping myself right now. So. There's a strike taking all the way is DuPont. Bacon Academy, the softball girls yesterday eliminated the Wolverines. There's a bouncer. They're going to go to first, and they do get the sure out on DuPont. I was worried that was going to be another 6-4-3.
It was just hit too softly, but Carrero made a nice play. And he didn't even look at second base, which is absolutely the correct play also. And he went to first for the out. When you're up 5-0, you don't try to get fancy. You get the out and go from there. But Carrero has done a great job at short so far.
Here's Sonny Botello popped up to left. High and outside. Ball 1.
Patel is the 8th batter in the order for the Wolverines. Eisenberg's struggling a little bit out there
right now. Yeah,
he doesn't look as fluid as he was earlier, and again, you get your motion a little bit tweaked one way or another, and you start throwing balls, and it becomes a mind game then. And how do I throw the ball over the plate?
And there's in the hole, base hit. But they're playing them very, very shallow, so no chance at all for Duthry to come home. But Sonny does make it, and that's only the Wolverines' second hit.
Now Coach Morey's on his way out to talk to the entire infielders, it seems. What are we going to do? End it with 3 double plays in a row?
I don't know. You never know.
I think this is the first batter that's reached third base for the Wolverines, isn't it, Mike? I think so.
Yes. What do you think Coach is saying?
I think he's saying get the out here. You know, obviously, if if there's a hard ground ball hit somewhere in the infield, you can turn a double play. But I don't think he's going to be calling the infield in, playing them close or anything. Just make sure you get the out, because 5-0 lead is good. You don't want to do something that causes the Wolverines to all of a sudden get this big surge behind them. So see, they're playing normal depth, double play depth, and the way that they've been turning double plays, that's pretty reasonable right now.
All right, here's Brockway, and he's squaring to bunt, and they're going to chuck it back down to third, no go. But in the meantime, Botello makes his way into second base,
which takes the double play.
And now the infield's a little bit in.
Yeah, they're playing like halfway now. So if it's something hard, they're going to try to hold that runner on third. Something easy, the runner on third is probably going to score.
Looks like they're in the double wing.
High
and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Gilgenbach to follow. Top of the order.
Is what they need. Griswold trying to come back here, score a few.
Strike 1. Ball was pinpoint right over the heart of the plate. But when you're down 5-0, you got runners in second and third, you want to walk, and you're going to take that all day long.
Oh, yeah, a 3-0 count in this situation, absolutely.
3-1. Ball 4. And I'm wondering if he is out of gas.
No move from
he's
Coach
lost
Morey yet.
He's lost some velocity. He's getting the ball high. He's pitching high. They're putting the infield back at double play depth, except for the third baseman still on the grass. And here's Gilgenbach. 0 for 1 and hit by a pitch.
Whew.
Swing and a foul.
That was a good cut right there.
Like we had said earlier, Sam going to Springfield University, otherwise known as Gym Teacher University.
Playing him to pull. Right fielder's way over towards the line.
You know where I went to college?
Thames Valley?
No. University of College.
University of College?
Yeah. It exists. Ball high.
That right center field gap is pretty large out there.
Thames Valley's not Thames Valley anymore.
No, I know that. I should have known that before I said it.
That's a strike on the outside corner.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Perfect opportunity here for the Wolverines to get on the scoreboard and tighten this game up just a little bit.
Sam's the guy to do it.
The senior. Here it comes. Ball high. You got 3 seniors in a row. You got him, Odo, and Harden. Sam hits one into the mezzanine section.
Almost to the pavilion up there.
Yeah.
Do they still have events over there with the sea unicorns in the pavilion or in that pavilion?
Sure, they
area?
do.
Do they?
Yeah. Not with the name on the building, but ball inside. Now this is interesting. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Even if you're double play depth, it's going to be hard to get to double up the left-handed speedy runner, Sam Gilgenbach. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off.
Hanging in there. Sammy's had a great career here at Griswold. He'd like nothing more than the ECC tournament here in his senior year to have a base hit driving a couple runs right now.
Ooh, he just swung at ball 4.
He did,
and he knows it.
But
and
again,
he knows it.
But again, you're protecting the plate. You cannot afford a strikeout right here.
Here's another 3-2 coming Sam's way.
Here's a shot to right center.
And that's going to be playable by the right fielder. And we're going to have a tag, and the run is going to got to score. And the ball's thrown away, and but the carom comes back very quick. So Botello couldn't score or advance from there. But Duthry does come in to score. Botello to third, and then Brockway also tags and goes to second. So now there's 2 outs.
I thought that might be in the gap, but it just hung up way too long because there is a big gap out there in right center, and Sammy almost had it.
Here's Odo.
You got a couple pitchers warming up down there in the Bobcat bullpen, and I'm wondering if this might be Eisenberg's last inning. He had a little rough time out there.
Here's a shot deep. That's going to be just foul and almost gone.
He had all of that, boy. I'll tell you, he got it all. Just pulled it a little too much.
And a big sigh of relief from Eisenberg.
Little base hit, get a couple more of those runs back right now.
And the ball doesn't travel well here.
Yeah.
So for that to go that far was a well hit ball. Strike 2, curveball on the outside corner.
Yeah, Odo was not in favor of that call, but it was real close. So
curveball, swing and a miss. Got him. And that's going to do it. So he does get out of the inning. 1 run in, 2 left on for the Wolverines. Got to go to the bottom of the 5th inning to get 1 back. 5-1, Bacon Academy. You are watching high school baseball. ECC championships on SN Sports.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Once again, who is going to be the player of the game? Is it going to be someone from Bacon Academy? Is it going to be someone from Griswold? We'll find out at the conclusion of the game. The player of the game brought to you by Capital Property Group in Jewett City. property management as well as condominium management. MyCapitalTeam.com. Find them on the web. You can find them on Facebook as well. Capital Property Group. MyCapitalTeam.com. You know them. You know Matt?
I do not. I know of them, and I know of the work that they do, but I do not know him personally.
Game's also being brought to you by Highway Campers in Plainfield, right on Route 12. They've been there since 1967, Merch. They got park models ready to go for your summer vacation. Home is where you park it. Highway Campers, Route 12 in Plainfield. Bottom of the fifth. That ball is skied. Who's calling it? And Sam calls everybody off to make the play.
And that is his ball all the way. He kind of controls that outfield and tells the infielders to back off. It's all his. And he had about 10 minutes to get under that one because that was skied.
Yeah. Here's Pingree. Scored his last time up. And there's a pop-up, also skied. Not as far, though. And Odo is calling for it, and he gets it.
They were almost identical, other than the one hit by Carraro and a little further.
So 2 quick outs. Ethan Kreitz, the right fielder, bounced to second base to Hunter DuPont and had a base hit and scored the 5th run. Strike one. Line drive right at Odo. It drops. Strong throw and still can't get him. Pulled him off the bag, but.
Saying that's an E6.
That's an E6.
The first baseman, number 22.
Looking at another quick inning there for.
Yeah. I mean, other than that third inning, when Bobcats scored all their runs, they've been held pretty close. And Kiki should have had 1, 2, 3 inning this inning as well.
There goes the runner, and he is safe just under the throw. So a stolen base for Kreitz.
That head first slide with getting his hand in there is what saved him on that steal.
Zingler struck out his last time up. Had a base hit to left his first time up. And there's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball's high. Kiki goes to a full count. Inside ball 4. So I had just been tracking Kiki's pitches. If he would have gotten that, if Odo would have made that play, it would have been 9 pitches in 2 innings.
Wow.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Ball's going to get away from Brockway as the designated hitter Cyrus is up. So now the inning, which was fairly meek to start, now they're knocking on the door again.
Yeah,
with runners on second and third.
Sorry, Romano had a long double last time up. He took that, I think, his first pitch, and he shot that ball between left and center field. And Drove in 2 runs, I think.
And I see Botello back there taking a couple more steps back.
Oh, another base hit.
That's in the gap a little bit.
Boy, you're right.
Easily score 2 runs. 7-1. Bobcats. So all with 2 outs.
That's Cyrus's 4th, I believe, 4th RBI in his last two at bats. And you're right, Kiki gets the first 2 batters and walks a couple, or E6 and then a walk, and before you know it, Bobcats got 2 more on the board.
Here's Whistler. Oh for 2. Struck out once.
Actually, he had a pinch hitter, I think, his last time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
A.J. O'Neill pinch hit and grounded out, but Whistler struck out his first time up.
That's right. He grounded out to Harden.
Yeah.
Three balls and no strikes. So Kiki came out. Looked like it was going to be a pretty academic zip inning.
Sure did.
And now he seems to be laboring quite a lot, and he walks Whistler on 4 pitches.
Left fielder, number 11, Nick Gilman.
Now here's Gilman. Scored and flew out to center. Here's a pop-up.
That's how the inning started, right? Wasn't it 2 pop-ups?
Pretty much. And Odo comes all the way into the second base side, calls off DuPont, and makes the catch.
2 left on. It's 7-1 as we head into the top of the 6. Wolverines are coming.
Top of the 6. 2 more runs for the Bobcats. 7-1, Merch.
Yeah, it's getting to that time, Mike, where Griswold's got to start turning something around here, or else we're going to be walking out of here with another Bacon Academy win against the Wolverines.
And we'll be back in a minute to the top of the 6 right here on SNSN Sports.
Is it safe to visit the dentist? In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
All right, here we go. Top of the 6th inning. And Merch, we got a new pitcher for Bacon Academy.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It looked like Eisenberg was running out of steam last inning and had his toughest inning so far. So we have Kagan Rosala, who is taking over on the mound for the Bobcats. Rosala is a sophomore.
Kiki Boyce leading off for the Wolverines here in the top of the 6th. 1 for 1 with a walk. They're just not hitting, and except for that, Kiki ropes one into left field. I think Kiki has both hits, does he not?
He has 2. Did we have any other hits? No, I think you're right.
No, it's showing 3 hits up there.
Unless I don't know.
Unless we called one an error.
Yeah.
And they called a base hit, which could be.
Botello. Remember, Sonny Botello had a hit
yeah.
between short and third. So Kiki has 2, Sonny has 1.
That is correct.
So there's their third hit.
So Kiki's going to get a pinch runner at first. It's Cameron Deskus. Ball high to Drew Harden. 0 for 1 with a walk. Mike Minarski, Kevin Merchant, and Nick the intern. Bringing you high school baseball today on SNSN Sports. There's a strike on the outside corner. Say this young man is a sophomore?
Yes. Here's we got a little hold that they got of here. 7-1 in the 6th inning. So they're going to have to turn on the Jets here pretty soon.
Getting him some reps at Dodd Stadium. Good experience. Quick toss on over, and Deskus gets back.
We also have a new left fielder for the Bobcats, and that is Joe Genak, taking the place of Nick Gilman in left field.
Harden fouls one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They really need to start putting some hits together. And Harden strikes out again. Having a tough day at the plate is Drew Harden.
The right fielder, number 27, Caleb Dutrumbull.
Here's Dutrumbull. Dutrumbull struck out in the first inning, and then in the 4th, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. It was the second double play that the Bobcats have put together today.
In consecutive innings, no less.
Yes, sir. Deskus with a little bit of a lead off of first. There's a pop-up in short left field. Gignac makes the play. So 2 down, and here's Duthry. Duthry scored the lone Wolverine run.
5, Jake Duthry.
Yeah, after reaching on a walk last inning. Need some more of that.
I think so.
Hey, sun came out, Mike. It's nice and bright here in Norwich.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Sure is.
It's a beautiful day to save Dodd Stadium.
Yeah, that would be a shame.
It would be a shame if Dodd Stadium goes away. It would be just a damn shame. Bounce foul. And Tim Lake with the hot hand.
He actually moved to get that one. Been moving around a lot today, but
no.
So I was here from the beginning, Mike, with the Navigators. I was on the Navigator Advisory Board.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Saw their first game, which, the line of cars for their first game was down onto 395, up,
I bet,
up
yeah.
395 to try to get into this stadium. And it was absolutely jam packed. And the Yankees farm team was here, AA. And it's just too nice of an environment it's a baseball field, for God's sake. We had to find somebody to play baseball here because it's just a beautiful place.
Do you know there's one man that does this all the grounds?
Really?
Bounce to third. Nice hop. On over to first. That's it.
And I'm sure back then, Mike, they had a whole crew that used to do this field.
Uh-huh.
It was just absolutely beautiful. And Glenn Carberry, actually an old classmate of mine from NFA, was very, very instrumental in getting this field up and running as it was as a minor league club. So it'd just be a very sad day if we lost Dodd Stadium.
I think so too. This is the 30th year that Dodd Stadium feeling old.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I said I was back there from the beginning. I didn't realize it was taking me back that far.
I think one of the things that I hear from people, and I don't know if I understand this response, but what I hear is, oh, well, they're not affiliated with any major league team. And I'm like, and your point is that the only reason why you go to a ball game?
Yeah.
I mean, what they do here is so much fun.
Yeah, it's truly family entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it family entertainment. And I don't know if it's just the market, if it's the lack of interest. It's hard to run any kind of business these days at all. But yeah, it's tough to draw people. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. People are very busy these days, I guess, and it's just difficult. But you're right. You hear that a lot. If they were affiliated with the Red Sox or the Yankees, they would be packed every night. Even if it wasn't AA, even if it was a AAA team or something. But
the funny thing is that the Futures League, which the Sea Unicorns are a part of, which by the way, it's opening day for them, and they are up 9-0.
Wow, 9-0
against the Westfield Starfires.
That's great.
What I don't know if a lot of people realize how many players have come out of the Futures League and made it into the major leagues.
Yeah. And they're also, playing college ball too. And, Adam was talking before about how many of those college kids who are now playing in the NCAA tournament, were on the Sea Unicorns team, between Central and Fairfield. They've got a lot of kids who are very successful, work hard at what they're doing in their effort to make it to the major leagues.
What a play by Gilgenbach, covering a lot of real estate out in left center field.
Sammy looks like he's played on this field for the last 4 years, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's made three fantastic plays already today.
So, since we're talking about how this used to be the AA team of the Yankees, the Navigators, right now the New York Yankees have a player on their squad that comes from the Futures League.
Yeah.
Ben Rice.
Yeah.
Line shot.
That was Jacob Teal lining out to third baseman Drew Harden. Nice catch.
And well hit, but right at somebody.
Yeah.
Put a little jump in your step. It's like those shots back to the mound yesterday, back to the circle. Two of them, those line drives.
2 line drives. Each team. The Abby Matheson made a great catch on one about ankle high.
Holtzman.
And then Riley Stolzman had another catch that was Good thing she caught that one because that would have hurt.
Here's a drive, and Gilgenbach makes the catch.
Uh-oh.
And the ump says, yes, that's an out. So 2 diving catches for Sam Gilgenbach here in the bottom of the 6th. So they're going to go out swinging if they're going out. So that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. It's last chance for the Wolverines here in the ECC tournament. They are down 7-1, and you are watching high school baseball right here on SNSN Sports.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. The insurance industry is changing every day, from rates to coverages, what qualifies and what doesn't. What always stays the same, though? The Burns Agency's commitment to quality local customer service at unbeatable prices. Call, email, or visit us at byrnesagency.com. Or, like always, stop by our convenient locations in Norwich and Dayville. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
And welcome back to Dodd Stadium, everybody. First round of the ECC Boys Baseball Tournament. The Sea Unicorns. Well, Sea Unicorns are up 9-0, by the way, in their opening day against Westfield. But the Bacon Academy Bobcats up 7-1 on the Wolverines. It is the top of the 7th inning, so last shot. But, we saw some fireworks yesterday.
Sure did.
In the last chance effort for the Lady Wolverines.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to come all the way back, and they brought it back from 7-4 to 7-6 with a runner on first and 1 out. And they had a bang double play against them, and game ended just like that. It was.
Yeah, and you know what I thought was ironic about the entire situation is that Bacon Academy, the girls, they didn't have a right fielder, so they had to take her out of the lineup or whatever. So whenever her spot came in the lineup, she was already out. So it was already an out. Nobody playing right field.
Yeah. Well, yesterday that last hit, I think it was Bella Bruno. She finally. Whoa.
Nice base hit.
Okay, that way it started. Hunter DuPont.
Yep. Yeah, finish your thought. I know where you're going with it. So.
No. What I was going to say was we noticed throughout the game they had a center fielder and left fielder, no right fielder, and then Bella Bruno comes up and finally hits one to what looked like right center field, and we're thinking, triple all the way.
Yeah.
And where do they have them? We didn't notice in advance of that they had their players positioned
perfectly.
It went directly to, because she was playing in right center field. It went directly to her. Now I don't know if that was just luck or they knew Bella Bruno's, hitting positions, but boy, they had that right on the nose. And then they doubled the runner up at first base, who was a pinch runner, doubled her up, and the game was over. Just like that.
So ball 1 to Sonny Botello, who got a base hit his last time up.
And the Bobcats have only hit the Wolverines now 6-4, but they're leading 7-1. Timely hitting, a couple of base on balls, and a costly error at shortstop the last inning, I think it was.
So let's see what kind of poise this young man has on the hill. 3-0. Brockway on deck. 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 4.
Nope.
Oh, he called it. That was a late call.
He has called a lot late calls. I think he thinks about it for a second, make sure.
I thought it looked good, and I thought it was,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it did look. It looked like it was on a corner.
popped up in the infield. Shortstop underneath it. One-hand glove. Botello is the first out.
Catcher, number 57, MJ Brockway Jr.
Here's MJ Brockway. Freshman. He's been the starting catcher all year.
Yeah, he's done a great job back there too. As a freshman, he's done a well of the job.
And that's coming from a former catcher.
That's correct.
Teams are coming in now from other schools for game number 2.
And who is that?
I can't see.
We should know by the colors, right? Is it? I don't know. Who else is blue?
It's Lyman.
Oh, yeah, that would be Lyman. Yep. Good call.
Foul back. Brockway behind in the count, 0-2.
I'm going to guess the next game's at 2, maybe 2, 11, 2, and 5, something like that.
I'm going with 1.
Really?
1:30, yeah, 1:30.
Well, don't forget this game. This game is only an hour and a half old, so and it started early, I guess. But
Fouled, and that's going to make the seats. This is the 4-5 game. The Bobcats at 14-6. The 4 seed.
what would you say that again? Bobcats were 4 and Griswold 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Brockway. And a little bouncer. 6, 4, 3, double play. That's the third double play. Things come in threes. Ball game over.
4-3. Ladies and gentlemen, your final score tonight.
I have not ever seen 3 double plays by a high school team in the same game.
No, I don't think I have either.
That Carrero to Whistler combination and a nice scoop over there as well by Jason Zingler at first base. So so 3 double plays in a single game for a high school team is I think pretty unusual.
Unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of. And so game number 2, about an hour. It's going to be Lyman Memorial. Against who? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I didn't hear it either.
All right. Well, Lyman's in there.
Yeah, Lyman's there.
I'm thinking it's Wheeler.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Wheeler. Anyway, we're going to have some final words in just a second. We'll be back in a minute right here on SN Sports.
Today's program is being brought to you by the Burns Agency in Dayville and Norwich. Home, auto, life insurance, all from a family-owned agency since 1932. Call 860-774-8549 or find them on the web at burnsagency.com and find out why you'll buy better at Burns. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company. Strain Family Motors on Route 12, Lisbon. Quality used cars like the SNSN Strain Family Motors Mobile that you will see at all SNSN sports events. Oil changes, remote car starters, all available and more in their service department. And if you really want to turn up the excitement, rent a Polaris Slingshot for the day and live it up. All available at...
All right, we are back here at Dodd Stadium. Wheeler going to be taking the field pretty soon against Lyman Memorial. They're going to go ahead and sweep the field a little bit real quick before game number 2 of today kicks off in about an hour. You can buy your tickets online to come into the game today. Yep, so that's that. So anyway, right now it is what we do is we pick who's going to be or who is the Capital Property Group player of the game. Merch Go ahead. What do you got?
Well, you know what? I think it has to be a Bacon player, and I think that I'm going to go with the Bacon DH for the day.
Okay.
Cyrus Siramamano, who had a long double, knocked in 2 runs, had another single, knocked in 2 runs. So, when you have 4 RBIs out of 7 runs scored, I think you deserve the Player of the Game award.
Absolutely. And the entire infield for 3 double plays.
Oh, yeah, that's right. If you want to split it up
6-4-3.
6-4-3 and then give each of those kids 1-2, I would do that. And we could make that the players of the game have a combination, the 6-4-3 group.
That's right.
It's 3 double plays in the same game. It's just unheard of at the high school level.
No, I know. Absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna pick one from the Wolverines, and I'm gonna go with Sam Gilgenbach.
Yeah, great choice.
And
great choice.
The reason for that is I think Sam, with his defensive prowess out in center field today, I think he saved at least 3 or 4 runs.
Yeah, he may not have saved runs, but he saved a lot of base runners. I'll tell you that, because he made about 3 or 4 terrific plays out there, like he's been playing on this field, since he was 8 years old. But he had everything timed properly, and he made some diving catches, including the last out of the 6th inning. So,
right.
He so deserves that Player of the Game for the Wolverines.
Player of the Game honors brought to you by Capital Property Group in Jewett City. Go to mycapitalteam.com for condominium management, real estate management. They do it all. mycapitalteam.com. Also want to thank our friends over at Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Highway Campers. Why can I not find the graphic I need right now? Here it is. Boof. Highway Campers. Route 12 in Plainfield. Started in 1967. They've been a perpetual supporter of us here on SNSN Sports, and we really appreciate.
Great business to deal with. Great individuals.
You're friends with them.
Oh yeah,
you're friends. You're personal friends with them. I've known them for years.
The Patellos are a great family, and they do a great business, and they treat you right for sure.
Well, I mean, you're not in business for 50 plus years and not treating families right. You know what I mean?
Colleen and Bob, they're just great people to deal with, and
don't forget Ken and Colleen too.
Yep,
they're still there. So, Highway Campers, Route 12, Plainfield. Home is where you park it is absolutely their slogan. It's been that for years. 860-564-0141. So we appreciate Highway Campers for having our back here on SNSN Sports really all year in multiple sports, not just in baseball. Also want to thank Mike Mish from One Trust Home Loans, part of the Chairman's Club with One Trust Home Loans. Michael Mish, if you are looking for a mortgage or refi, whatever it is you want to do, 860-884-2103. One Trust Home Loans, Michael Mish. Thank you, Michael, for sponsoring and supporting high school sports on SNSN. Also want to thank our friends at Rubino's Full Circle. Rubino's Full Circle on Route 12. Route 138 in Griswold. Have you been there yet?
Oh, several times.
Several times. See, I love their burgers. I love their burgers over there. If you haven't gone, get a chance to get over to. What's your favorite thing over there?
I think fish sandwich.
Yeah? All right, that's cool. What's weird is back when it was Rubino's years ago, when it was like an ice cream stand, just
seafood and Sundays, right?
Yeah,
Rubino's Seafood and Sundays.
Yeah, they had the best fish sandwich then.
Then Rubino's downtown years before that. That was the place to be on Friday night. Let me tell you, you couldn't get in that place on Friday night.
Now it's going full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
So Rubino's Full Circle, Route 138, established 1959. Check them out, and also, go to Dean's Corner. For breakfast too. So if you got nothing to do one day, or if you just don't want to cook, you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner all covered with Dean's Corner Diner on Main Street in Jewett City. And then, of course, Rubino's Full Circle on Route 138. Merch, thank you so much for being here again with me.
Always my pleasure, Michael. I appreciate the offer if you include me in your broadcast.
Oh, it's always, honestly, it's a blast to have you here. We've done this for so many years now together, watching the games, and calling games.
Going through a lot.
8 years, 9 years.
Yeah, I think you tell me.
I think it's right around there that you've been part of. No,
I was right in the beginning, so
it's
I
10
was
years.
The first one.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
when
10
we started
years.
Baseball. We started softball, I think, first. And
yes.
What? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't do sports the first year.
Okay.
Because I was like, I don't know, and then I just jumped into it.
I think you and me were at a meeting one time talking about whatever, and we said, "Hey, what about doing some Griswold games?" And said, "Well, would you help me if I do?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. We'll see how that goes." And it went pretty smoothly.
Yeah. 9 years later, here we are, Dodd Stadium.
Yeah, how about that?
That's gonna do it. All right, for Mike and the Merch here on a beautiful afternoon here at Dodd Stadium. Still a couple more games to go. If you want to come watch some baseball, come on down to Dodd Stadium and check out some kids playing their hearts out.
And if not during the ECC tournament, make sure you check out the Sea Unicorns, because they're a bunch of kids really working hard at playing this game. And, they're trying to get to the next level, wherever that might be for them. And it's good, hard effort baseball.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you see anything, in the town of Norwich, city of Norwich, about Dodd Stadium, do what you can to save Dodd Stadium. Wonderful family entertainment. I can't stress it enough. Last year, when we started doing the games here at Dodd Stadium for the Sea Unicorns, I was like, all right, well, let's see what happens. I have become a serious fan of the Sea Unicorns, and I can't wait for opening day, which is going to be Saturday.
Yeah.
Right here in Norwich.
Come down, family entertainment, enjoy it, bring your kids.
That's it. All right, Merch, thank you very much. Final score, Griswold loses to Bacon Academy. Bacon, the Achilles heel for the Wolverines and every sport this year. So anyway, Bacon 7, Griswold 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your afternoon. And you've been watching ECC Baseball on